Hello, glorious beings. It's Sarah Black Spiker here, and today I want to offer you a question, a simple question that can be asked in three very different ways that will create three very different outcomes for you. Before I get into it, let me preface that by sharing an example, personal experience that actually inspired that question in the first place. So today was one of the busy days with back to back to back to back phone calls. And for one of my last conversations, I just got from the office upstairs down to the dining room because as my husband was getting ready to leave for work and the kids are still in the study on their um, in their camera schools as they call them, I want to make sure that I can be nearby in case they need me. So as I'm in a conversation with the person on the other side of the line, one of my little ones is having a complete meltdown because she was requested to do something in school that she didn't want to do. So, in that particular moment, here I was trying to focus on a conversation that I was having. On the other side of the wall, it was a commotion going on with the kid and with my husband, who was rushing to get out of the door and also wanted to help. Um, So I was like, what do I do? As a mom, as a business owner who is running a business from home, which was one of the reasons why I wanted to have a business like this so that I could be there for the kids. What do I do? Do I excuse myself from a conversation that I'm already having to go solve a problem? Do I trust that they can solve it? Do I trust it's not even a problem at all and just let it be? How much more can I do, right? The question itself seems very innocent, but I know for myself and my clients over the years, it has been one of the most haunting questions and also one of the most liberating and motivating questions, both in the same time. The only difference is the sound current of it. So at the moment of deciding, do I get off a call and go solve something, or do I stay on a call and trust it's going to get solved? The how much more can I do was kind of like, you know what? I'm content. In a receptive mode to receive exactly what I require right now and to receive exactly what the kid requires right now. And we're going to be just fine. Which, yeah, she was okay. They were able to handle things, and I was able to focus on a conversation. It also opens a conversation on a level of, especially for those of us who are juggling so much and are working from home and juggling with kids, raising kids, building businesses, serving our clients, and the list of commitments and responsibilities goes on and on and on. The question then becomes, is solving an immediate problem an actual long term solution? So, for again, going back to this particular example, will me getting away from the conversation I'm having regarding to my business to help a kid do something that she didn't want to do, yeah, it might make me feel like a good mom in the moment, but it also would make me feel like a shitty business owner in the moment. Because what if we flip the coin and it becomes a conversation of, well, making a decision to be a good business owner at the moment also make me a good mom because it will help the child to solve a problem I know she has the capacity to solve. It's not asking her to do something that I would not know that she could handle. That's, just a side note. Um, and I know for many of us that has been a dichotomy we have been playing in for a long time. Damn if I do, damn if I don't. But then, I want to offer this question to you, not just in how much more can I do in a sound current instead of self depleting, wrapped in guilt and shame kind of sound current, but the current of, oh my, how much more can I do in terms of, service, giving, receiving, creating, becoming. Can you feel just the change of it? And that's, that's this invitation, and that's what I wanted to convey to you today, that every single moment we get to make a choice if this short-term reaction and the need to to solve a problem is really a long-term solution. And it goes across the board. It's not just in the dynamic of parenting and business ownership. It's in every single dynamic. It's also in the dynamic of sports, elite athletes. I think those of us high achievers, whether it's elite leaders or elite athletes, this is simply the level that we're playing at. It's so natural for us to operate at those high levels, to do so much, to create so much. The goals that we're setting for ourselves are incredibly high set. Most people are not even, they don't have the capacity, they don't have the strength, they don't have the stamina, they don't have the aspiration to even set out to try to achieve what already has been so natural and so easy to us. But then on the other hand, that also invites in the conversation around the need to prove and the need to hustle and grind and just to justify our strengths, our worth, which is a whole different conversation for a whole different time. And yet, this question of how much more can I do, I think is the baseline for it all. My trust right now is that this transmission that is coming through is a direct response to a question somebody else has been requesting and asking and wanting to have an insight and wanting to have perhaps even a permission slip or affirmation or confirmation, a piece of inspiration. Whatever it is, it's not on me to control, but I trust that whatever was just streamed through is exactly what you're looking for, is exactly what you need to hear in the moment. And if I may add one more thing to kind of close this message with, is however is that we respond is what we're going to be creating next. So as somebody who, I know for myself, it took me many years to understand it, but I know I'm the person who brings the influence of calm in any situation. Just like, after my husband left and my daughter was still not quite happy, I called her over. We talked things through very patiently. It required like 45 seconds and off she went. I know that I get to be the person who brings in the calm, but you might be the person who brings in the fire. So, how can you work with the strengths that you have? How can you work with your natural abilities and innate gifts to really create and focus on and surrender into creation of this long-term big vision, big goal that even with the tumbling of the, in the actual moment of everyday life, you're not derailed completely and you're not consumed then with, I'm such a bad business owner. Here I was playing into the drama at home when I should have pressed the send button, when I should have focused on this proposal, where I should have done this or that, right? But that, what? Exactly where I am, it's exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I get to respond differently so that in the long term, we all are now elevated and we are living just this an instant, let's say, living a very different life, creating opportunities that now are changing lives of others on a whole new level. So again, I hope and I trust that whatever it is that you were requiring and requesting and needing and looking for is in this message, and that you're open and able to receive it. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Until then, I'm sending you love and light. Take care.